Hi everybody. So I'm Simon with Green Dot Sign. What we do is eco-friendly ADA signage. So we developed a process that lets us 3D print directly to natural substrates like wood and stone. So there's no machining or adhesive involved. So the ecological footprint is dramatically less than what you see in every other building that you've been in. Where we are is, I developed the process, the patent's in. We're going to market. We're taking orders. We have a e-commerce website, and we just got done listing a bunch of stuff on Amazon. Literally, we're getting 0 looks on Amazon right now, but that's okay. It's just got finished yesterday. So where I'm hoping to get feedback is, of course, anything you might see that I'm not seeing, but especially on the go-to-market strategy side of things. It's definitely been a one foot in front of the other, kind of going as fast as we can type of experience so far. So we kind of feel like we're at the end of the obvious stuff and we need to think a little bit more broadly. So without further ado, I'm just going to go real quick till we get to some of the other stuff there. And there are samples if you want to look at them, pass them around, take them home. I don't want to bring them home, so feel free to check it out. So basically, I've got a background in the sign industry, doing traditional signs and graphics. This idea came to me in maybe like 2016. In 2017, I started to mess with it. But then about a year and a half or 2 years ago, after I sold my previous business, I did this full-time, just me in a cave, basically, figuring out how to make this work. So it uses all off-the-shelf components and ink systems with some minor tweaks here and there. So it's really just my wife and myself who are leading the company right now. So you can see our mission is to really focus on sustainable ADA signage and other signage as well. So we have a few other products in development that we're testing for exterior durability and some other things like that. When we started with the idea, everybody said, this would work great in LEED buildings and ILFI buildings. We had no idea what that meant. So when we looked at it, a lot of what was required made a lot of sense for us to do, just from our perspective as a company in terms of what we were trying to achieve. So we took some steps to help us contribute to LEED credits. So the signage, the wood signage, uses FSC Aspen, so we're FSC chain of custody. What that means is it's responsibly managed forests. We actually source that from the UP of Michigan because they have the brightest aspen. So it lets us use the widest range of colors to achieve ADA compliance in terms of the high contrast. So since we're chain of custody, every piece of wood that we sell, we know exactly where it came from, and everyone who processes it along the way. So that can contribute. Our HPD basically declares to a little over 100 ppm every constituent in our signage, which also can help contribute to LEED credits. And then we have an end-of-life recycling program in place, so you can just send the signs back to us, and we take everything off that can't be biodegradable. The wood gets shredded all at our cost, then it becomes animal bedding, then animal bedding always becomes fertilizer, fertilizer becomes dirt and food, right? So basically there's sort of a nice cycle there in terms of carbon sequestration, in terms of using the available biomass that's above the ground. Traditional ADA signage is derived from fossil fuels, so it's a total kind of change from an environmental perspective. And hopefully they're beautiful, if you look at them. So where we are right now is we're working with building professionals to try to get into their materials library and get specified with new construction projects. And then we have an e-commerce presence with our website and on Amazon. And the e-commerce side of things, frankly, has not been as successful as we hoped it would be at the get-go. So what we're trying to do is kind of consider other avenues to do more short-term gains and short-term sales, things that are a little faster. And definitely we're marketing nationwide, as well as a little bit in Canada and Mexico. If you're involved in construction and you are working with a client who cares about their grandchildren's life or who cares about their carbon footprint, we want to be a resource for anybody who is in that mindset and they can just say, well, call Green Dot Sign. So that's kind of our end goal. And I don't know, at that point, if you have any questions, I'm all ears.